I'm here today with my dog Abba. Yes, here she is. Um, so I just want to make a quick video about fire safety, as I sort of had a, you know, uh, kind of a close experience that made me think about, the fact that this whole lifestyle is very it's very makeshift. So potentially, a lot of hazards haven't really been worked out because it's not really like a traditional lifestyle that's been around, and there's no trial and error. We are the trial and error. So when somebody blows up their van because they fucked up somehow, then it'll become sort of the standard to, take certain precautions. But right now it's sort of it's kind of unregulated, so there's a lot of room for potential, dangers and problems. Which brings me to my point of this video today, which is this. So I got one of these stoves, right? Awesome piece of equipment. It's 20 bucks. Let me show you. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows what this is. It's a $20 butane, single burner stove. See if I could. All right. So the problem comes in here. This is cool. This is a nice piece of equipment. However, this is the thing that happened to me upon using it real today. So when you open this up, you got to put your can of butane in, right? So I did, but what happened was it took me a little while, so I'm still sort of figuring this thing out. So it took me a couple of attempts in order to stick it in there correctly, and then you got to lock this lever down. I'm not gonna do it now because I only have one hand to operate with because I'm holding the camera. But so basically, you stick this in here, you pull the lever, and then boom, you got your spark, you got your and you could basically go to work, start cooking, just like a home stove. But the problem is this: while I was loading this, and I know this is sort of probably like an idiotic thing to do, but it happened to me, so I figured I'd share because it potentially, help others avoid the same problem, or because it could have been really bad. But luckily, it was a warning. It was sort of a warning for me to be more careful and take certain precautions, which I'll speak about later. So anyway, so I was finagling with this, trying to get it in there, and while I was doing that, every time you poke that in there, like this here, right? It's gonna let out a little bit of butane. So I guess I let out a bunch of butane into the air, and it's a pretty small space in here. Why is my camera so goddamn blurry? This thing sucks. Well, anyway, this is an informational video, so I guess visually it's not that important. But okay, let's see if I can get some light in here, perhaps. Yeah, maybe make things better. All right. So pardon the shitty camera work. This is more of an informative video anyway. But so I was messing with this. I was trying to get it in there. I kept failing, and I was letting out a little bit of gas, each time that I pressed this in there, but it didn't lock in because I had to pull this lever down. Um, so by the time I actually got it in there and I sparked it, I had a bit of an explosion in here. Not an explosion, but the whole tabletop here flared up in flames, and for a second or two. So basically, and I just jumped on it and I sort of like put it out really fast. I just stomped it out. I don't remember what exactly happened, but it was just sort of my animal instinct just took over, and I sort of took, I stomped it out really fast. But it was really the butane burning. It wasn't like my table or anything. But had I had something flammable up here, I could have had a fire in the van, and I didn't have at the time anything to put it out with. So, you know, just something to be aware of when you using one of these or a propane stove. Not to mention, I have 3 full cans of propane and 5 more of these butane cans in here. So if I had a fire, it wouldn't have been long until those cans probably potentially blew up as well. So it's not, it's advanced. It's got a giant gasoline tank, and you got all these other flammable stuff in here. So definitely don't want a fire in here. But I got really lucky, so I see that as sort of a warning from above or something that I need to take precautions against this sort of thing. So obviously it was my own stupidity that led to that. But, and luckily nothing happened. But imagine I had a newspaper sitting here next to this thing, or something, or, a paper sandwich wrap, or some toilet paper, or some tissue or something. I could have really had a fire. The shirt would have lit on fire instantly. So say it could have went from this flare up, newspaper, shirt, wall, you know, and you're fucked. No more van, no more home. You know, you got to start over. If you're lucky, you could just run away and the thing will blow up or whatever, and you'll escape with your life. But still, who wants that, right? Let's just take a few simple precautions. So my first thing was instantly went on eBay and I purchased a fire extinguisher, which you know everybody knows they should have if you're living in a van, but my guess is a lot of people probably don't. So definitely do not. I would not. Let me see if I can wipe this lens because this blurriness is driving me crazy. So that didn't do any. That made it a little better. Okay, so definitely get one of these. It was $25, $25 investment, and you know potentially could uh, save your van or your life. And this is specifically made for cars, so it's limited use, meaning you know it's for gasoline and electrical fires. But I only found that out once I had it. But you know, whatever, it'll work. It's better than nothing for now. Hayaba. Um, so yeah, definitely if you're gonna be doing this cooking and stuff inside, get one of these because you don't know. Um, the other precaution, I guess, when you use this, what I would do is like, you know, I would get the system of installing this down so that you could kind of one click, one shot, get it in there without letting out excess gas into the air. That's potentially is going to light up when you spark it. So definitely get good at that before you start using it in the van. You know, just figure out how to use it beforehand. Don't like learn how to use it in the van. Um, and yeah, and if you do happen, if you do one of these things and you just you mess it with it and you're letting air out, I mean, you're letting gas out, I would maybe give it a few minutes in here. You know, perhaps open a window and give it a few minutes to sort of let that gas kind of dissipate before you know, light the spark in here. So that's my 2 cents and on fire safety and my close encounter with fire in the van. So, yep. Hope it helps, and you know, hope you guys can avoid potential, you know, disaster. Okay, peace.